Right, let's take you back to the Johannesburg City Council. They are on a 15-minute break. They'll be electing a new mayor for the city of Johannesburg. That's where we find our reporter, Pule Letshwiti-Jones, who is on that story, and he joins us to just give us more details. Pule, I understand that they've already filled out their nomination forms, and this 15-minute break, does it mean we'll know who the mayor is when we come back? Does it mean we'll know if it's the guest you're standing with right now?
Well, what we're expecting right now is for the IEC to start setting up these stations before some of the councillors can begin the voting process. But as far as we're concerned now, we know some of the nominees as well, who is, of course, Funzi Ngobeni from Action SA. The former mayor, Pule Letshwiti, has been re-elected again for the third consecutive time by her caucus members from the DA, of course. And we now also know Thapelo Ahmad from Al Jamaah as well, who has been nominated for that mayoral position. He joins me now as we speak. Thank you, Thapelo, for joining me. Now, I know yesterday I spoke to my colleague, Avu Mtila, but we're here now, and obviously I think you're nervous as well. But I've heard rumors that you're going to be the interim leader for 3 months. Why are they saying that? Interim mayor, rather.
So there are arrangements that are dependent on other discussions as to whether we are taking it on an interim basis. It's neither here nor there. Ours is to focus. We need to deliver the city to the residents. We need to deliver service delivery. It doesn't matter how long does it take. We're not married to the office, but we are committed to serve our people.
And of course, many are saying, why the rush now? I mean, there's been the issue of load shedding as well. Former mayor yesterday saying that they were in the process of ensuring that they try and push the issue of load reduction and fight load shedding. Do you think these were genuine ideas they had? Do you think that you'll now have to continue with us yet? I mean, you're coming in there, it's one of the biggest metro in the country, and there's still a lot you have to do.
Look, I can't speak in authority on what she has done, but what I know is that anything that is championing the services of our residents, if I find it in the office, I will definitely implement. That is my mandate, and that mandate is given to me by the very same residents that we are all claiming.
Give us a sense of the caucus meetings. Who's backing you right now, and why is Al Jamaah confident that you will emerge victorious here?
It's not only the confidence from Al Jamaah as my party, but it is a confidence of the collective. Yesterday we voted, we went in, we ousted the former executive mayor. We had 140 votes over 270. So today, hopefully, we are going in today. We still emerge victorious.
I'm supporting you.
The ANC, the EFF, the PA, the AIC, the APC, the PAC, the ATM, the UDM, Al Jamaah, and COPE.
Thank you very much, Thapelo. Hopefully we'll see you later again once the process is done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Masiho. Let me also just grab in another mayoral nominee, Mr. Funzi Ngobeni, MMC as well for Transport in Johannesburg. Thank you very much for joining us. You've been nominated by Action SA, of course. Are you confident that you may emerge victorious?
Look, we have put the name up for various reasons, but we think that we need to take up the fight for our residents to the last minute. I think as a pack, the coalition pack, we have done everything that is possible to make sure that we save this coalition. And we think this is the last step that we need to take. And if we are defeated, it's a democratic process. And we'll congratulate the winner and work with them to stabilize the city. I think what is more important is to stabilize the city so that we can be able to deliver services. At the moment, the coalition that we are in didn't have numbers, meaning that we couldn't pass a budget, we couldn't pass a loan that we can get from DBSA, which resulted in us having to do a rebasing of our budgets across the city. I think what residents do not know is that in the background we are discussing cutting close to about 6 billion in terms of operation budget, and that's a huge amount. That's going to affect service delivery across the city. So we really need stability, and if that stability is going to come from the colleagues that will win this election, we must congratulate them and work with them towards ensuring that the city is stable.
I mean, you're very firm about stability, but your own coalition formation isn't stable. The DA has just re-elected Pule Letshwiti once again. one would have thought they would have backed you up. Now that you're in the coalition group as well, is that a bit disappointing that they're not backing you up as well?
It is. It's a bit disappointing. We did call on them this morning to, that caucus to not field a candidate, but I guess they've got their own reasons of why they are doing it. But to us, it's very disappointing. I think we have supported the DA throughout, and we thought they will rise to the occasion this time around. And choose a strategy that we're trying to implement. We don't know whether there'll be other councillors from the opposition that might actually think that our candidate, myself, can be able to stabilize. We don't know, So supporting us probably will have been a strategy that they adopt. But it's their own decision. They have a right to field a candidate, and it's unfortunate.
MMC, you head a department with one of the biggest budgets, of course, transport, with about 7.7 billion rand, if I stand to be corrected. But do these political, infighting and disagreements, halt service delivery in the city as well? I mean, looking at the roads, the state of the roads in Johannesburg, potholes and amongst other issues as well, is this affecting service delivery in what one would call the biggest metro in the country as well?
Absolutely. I mean, look, Pule, the city of Johannesburg they have a huge backlog in terms of infrastructure development. Just in roads alone, we have close to about 154 billion rand of backlog, and for us to be able to catch up, it's going to be huge. Our roads are aged. They've really, lived their times. We need to resurface most of our roads. We need to upgrade gravel roads across the city. And we need to make sure that we maintain them, and we can only do that with resources, financial resources, which means that we need to have a budget. We need to be able to collect revenue for the city and be able to take that revenue and transfer it into service delivery. For all that to happen, we need a stable government. We need a stable administration. Remember, we are working with human beings. There's officials of the city who are working day and night to do the work of the city. But with this instability, it's difficult for them to focus. They don't know who's coming to lead them tomorrow in a portfolio, and that causes a lot of problems. So, indeed, that's why I emphasize on stability. We need to really prioritize the residents of this city.
MMC, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's the MMC for transport, of course, in Johannesburg, Funds Ngobeni, who has just spoken to us there. We also spoke to Tapel Ahmad, whose name has been put forward by Al Jama'ah as the preferred mayoral candidate as well,
All right, Pule Letshwiti-Jones, let's let you go. I think it's very close to that 15-minute break ending. Pule Letshwiti-Jones live for us at the Johannesburg Council.